Chris, that first half, the Spanish Fort Dons, they had a pretty solid lead, and I think that it's fair to say that swat down on this end where Jax Tobiasen got that last one, that might very well be your play of the game if you're going to pick one.
Yeah, it wasn't an assist, not a Lance Wilson State Farm assist, but it was a swat. That was a man swat right there.
That was for sure. Tobiasen held that point off for Salem Hills, but Salem Hills cutting into that Dons lead and now have only a 4-point deficit against Spanish Fork. What are some of the things that you think the Dons need to do?
I think they just need to calm down a little bit on offense. Towards the end of that half, Tanner Argyle was pushing things. He shot an air ball, shot one that barely hit the bottom of the rim, and that's not how you're going to make baskets, Alan. I don't know if you know this, but I think he needs to calm down. He had 11 points there in the first quarter and then only had a couple free throws there in the second quarter as we're having a little audio problems.
Spark in the ear there. But nevertheless, I mean, we look at down the stat line here. Tanner Argyle with 13 points, all of them, or the large majority of them, coming in the first quarter where he scored 11. Austin Thayer, he had a great first half with 7 points. That all came in the second quarter. Seems like the guards are where you're going to need to go for the Dons to be able to score a whole lot tonight is that outside game and working it with your guards.
I'd also like to see him go into Jax Tobiasen here a couple times and maybe see if they can't get some of these Skyhawks in foul trouble, as they had quite a few fouls in that first half and a couple guys with 2 fouls. But the one thing they got to do is they got to figure out how to cover that corner 3 over there, because that's been open all night, and once Salem was able to hit a couple, that opened up the middle too. And as we can see, Nelson, number 30, watch out for him. He can shoot the 3 ball.
They've been getting those corner shots. Luckily for the Dons, they haven't been connecting a whole lot on those shots. James Nelson, the leading scorer at over 17 a game for Salem Hills, held to just 5 in that first half, so the Dons have done a pretty good job on him. Branson Webster, however, the leading scorer at guard, he has scored 6 in that first half. So it'll be interesting to see where the Dons go from here, what kind of game plan is implemented in the second half to slow down Salem Hills' momentum as they took it into the locker room.
Right, and they've been running that zone defense clear up past the arc. So I don't know if you want to go man here, but I'm afraid you might get beat for some easy layups. So I think you want to continue with that zone, but just say, hey, we've got to rotate a little bit to that outside corner a little faster.
Second half basketball coming up soon here on Spanish Fork 17. Again, a 25-21 lead for the Spanish Fork Dons.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
2 minutes before game time for the second half between the Spanish Fork Dons and the Salem Hills Skyhawks. And I got to tell you, Chris, I have been notified that I have a couple of lines right here between my eyes. And
the makeup budget's been cut this year,
I was
folks,
wondering
so that's why we're not looking as good this season.
Yeah, I was wondering why hair and makeup wasn't here to take care of this, but it was just a venomous attack by a couple of leeches right there, I think. I don't even know. But anyways, I apologize for my appearance this evening.
You know what? You're looking great as always, Alan.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, we're men. We're supposed to be roughed up a little bit once in a while. Nevertheless, we're getting ready for an exciting second half of basketball. The Dons and the Skyhawks have taken the floor back to the floor and warming up, getting ready. And the Dons again, Chris. Salem Hills took the momentum into the locker room. Can the Dons thwart that momentum and send it back the way of the red.
Yeah, if you're Spanish Fork, you just need to calm down a little bit on offense. I think they were pressing, especially Tanner Argyle. And he has a tendency to do that, but he's just a junior. So I think hopefully Coach Roberts calmed him down a little bit at the half and said, hey guys, we got a 4-point lead. Let's just calm down. Let's keep playing tough defense and let's cover that corner and, see what happens here in the second half. It'd be huge to get off to a 1-0 start here in region play.
I think it's pretty safe to say that Salem Hills, they like to use a perimeter for their shots.
Right.
The Dons need to again, be careful not to give them anything underneath, but be extra careful to make sure that you've got your corners covered, and we'll see if they can do that in the second half as we get set to begin it here at Salem Hills High School.
And, I think the key for Salem Hills is that just rip it, and make those shots. I think sometimes they were thinking a little too much on those three-point shots.
Again, we want to thank the car guys, State Farm Insurance, Lance Wilson, the agent, along with Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, along with Two Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, and, of course, SFCN. For bringing tonight's game to you as we're back underway. Jacks Tobiasen underneath. Dons, wow, have to kick it out. Tobiasen, he went down pretty hard there.
That was a collision.
Foul as Bridger Knowles goes to the rack. Gonna say that shot's down. Dons will inbound underneath.
Yes.
Austin Thayer will bring it in.
The Spanish Fork likes to pack it in a little bit more than Salem Hills, as Salem's looks like they kind of got a man-to-man defense here.
Argyle, shot, got it. Tanner Argyle with 15. First bucket of the half between either squad. Dons back to a 6-point edge.
I think that's a good sign if you're a Dons fan, because I think this team goes as Tanner Argyle goes.
Garrett Hales nearly poked a pass away just prior to that shot. Oh, what do we have here? Did they call a jump ball?
I think that's a takedown in wrestling for 2 points. I might be mistaken. That was a power move.
Yeah, that's just something where Nelson, again, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Going up against this senior, Jax Tobiasen, who's much thicker.
Yeah.
Tried to man up on him. It didn't quite work, and a bucket good for Salem Hills. Knocked down by Braxton Bambro. He's got 4.
But it's good to see Jax Tobiasen being a little more aggressive this season at times. It seemed like, yeah, he had a big body, but he didn't know how to use it.
Trying to work it underneath here. Shovels, no good. Rebound to Bean de Graffenried of Salem Hills. He'll bring it up the floor on his own. Take it to the base. Finds himself trapped, throws it away as Webster can't hang on.
That's another thing Salem Hills does a lot of, and that is make ill-advised passes and lead to turnovers. And see if the Dons can capitalize once again. That's what really fueled the Dons' last big run was some huge turnovers by Salem.
Tanner Argyle across the midcourt line. Argyle guarded by Webster closely. Blows by him, but Webster just picks it off, takes it away, and the ball knocked away. The Dons with it.
Always get one of those sequences in these high school games where you have back-to-back turnovers.
Fire for 3. No. Tobiasen back out. He'll take another one. 3 ball, got it. Austin Thayer, he has 10 points, and Dons guards in double figures. Garrett Hales, the starting guard, left out of the mix here.
Well, he's capable of putting points up as he has 10. As we go to break with Spanish Fork leading 23. I guess we'll keep it here, Alan.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. 6 minutes 5 remaining here in the third quarter. The Dons just in a 30-second timeout, so of course we will. Again, we want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game.
If you're watching this, give them a call.
798-8601 is a number where you can reach him, and I have it there by memory.
There's no notes in front of us, so if it's the police department, send your complaints in to Spanish Fork Cable. Attention, Alan Hopp.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to just say this. I know I'm right. 6:05 remaining, Salem in possession. Across the midcourt line, Branson Webster goes left side to Nelson.
Alan, I have confirmation that phone number is correct, 798-8601-42 Jack's Pizza.
There you go. To the base to Graffenried. Ball swatted away by Tobias, and then we have a foul against the Dons. It'll be the second of the half. Foul situation for Spanish Fork, or excuse me, the first of the half for the Dons. Foul situation for the Dons. No real major foul trouble of note.
Bridger Knowles has 2, but for the most part, everybody else has 0 or 1.
Yeah.
And Garrett Hells picks up his first.
Yep. There's his first. Second team foul.
I've been very impressed with Jax Tobias, and he's had 3 huge blocks in this game, and he's really making Salem pay when they try and go down low on inside on him.
Webster left side. Caleb to Graffenried, and the ball stolen away, and a whistle and a foul against Salem Hills. Tobiasen just stepped in the way of that pass.
Salem Hills just needs to focus on getting any type of shot off. I don't think they've taken a shot the last 3 possessions.
Yeah. Turnover's a problem for the Skyhawks from the beginning of the game. Scoring is slowed down from time to time, and you just get little spurts of scoring from here and there. Is going up hard with it is Knowles. He can't connect. Salem with the ball.
Knowles could have picked up a foul there.
Underneath, the shot no good, and the ball out of bounds. They'll go to the Dons. So at least they got a shot off there.
They get a shot off. If they want to get more shots off like that, I might could do that for them. Now the Dons crowd is making some noise here.
Ashibaba. 3-ball, good. Austin Thayer, he's got 13.
That's his 3rd 3-pointer of the game, 2nd of the quarter. He's on fire. In fuego.
In fuego indeed. As Garrett Hills brings it up after a 3-point miss. He's fouled. And that one will go against, I believe, Webster is who they called that one on. Foul situation for Salem Hills. Webster is coming out of the game for Cameron Morris. But leading scorer Nelson has 3 fouls. Shovel, no good by Tobiasen. And here come the Skyhawks.
Good thing Tobiasen can jump because he had to go up to get that inbounds pass. That's impressive vertical.
Hills with the kick ball out of bounds. 4:24 remaining in the 3rd period. All inbound to Cameron Morris. Morris up top.
Salem's posting up a couple more guys this quarter instead of having 4 guys on the perimeter. They've got 2 down low, trying to open some things up, I guess.
And with an inside game, it helps to open up the outside. So even if you're relying on that, get a big guy in there. Foul against the Dons as Bambro tries to go up for the shot.
And Jax Tobiasen's decided that key is his, and he's not going to let anybody shoot in it tonight. Even though there was that foul, it was a great effort by Tobiasen to get that block.
Braxton Bambro is 2 for 2. Now 2 for 3.
Braxton's a senior for Salem Hills.
2 points for Salem Hills in the quarter, and we're halfway through it. Now 3. Shot good. He has all 3 of Salem Hills' points in the quarter. The ball picked off. Tyer gets it, and the ball swatted away. Nelson all over him.
And Nelson, with ferocious defense that time, finally gets away with the ball as he tried to throw it off Thor, and Thor did a great job of catching that.
Into the paint, ball knocked out, shot up, and good. Nice play by DeGraffenried. That's Caleb DeGraffenried, his 2nd bucket.
Let's see if Spanish Fork can answer here as their lead's been cut out once again.
Well, down to 7. Argyle up top.
Looks like Tobiasen wants to set up a screen here.
Tried to find a cutting Knowles, couldn't, takes it himself. Misses, rebound, Salem Hills, and a foul.
And that's just a frustration foul by Tobiasen. He did get fouled when he went up. They didn't call it, and then he reaches in and gets one called on himself.
Yeah, that's might require a cooling off. That is Tobiasen's first. They must have given credit for that. I don't see it up there though.
He's coming out of the game, and they'll put that up on the board.
Is.
Just 3 points for Tobiasen so far this evening.
Cameron Morris to DeGraffenried. They work it right side to Nelson. 3 ball by DeGraffenried. No, rebound to Salem Hills. Morris. It's underneath. Finds Caleb again. Morris, ball blocked by Thoyer, and the ball taken back by Salem.
And it's a swat fest here for Spanish Fork.
There's Caleb DeGraffenried with a bucket. He has 7.
They scored the last 4 points for Salem here.
It is a 5-point game, folks. 2:20 left. Foul. No shot.
Oh, no shot, but both teams with 4 fouls here in the third quarter, so we're still a little ways from the bonus situation, but they're getting there in a hurry.
Argyle will inbound. Christensen, Thoyer, Argyle. Ball taken away as Argyle tries to bounce it off Morris. It didn't work out. DeGraffenried. Here's where Salem can really cut into the Dons a little bit with a bucket, and they get it. Bean DeGraffenried.
That lane was wide open, and Bean took advantage of it as this lead's now been cut to 3.
33-30 for the Dons. And now Argyle looks confused, gets it away. Congdon with it. Point guard, Tanner Argyle, going up against Morris. Dons with 1:29 left. There's the bucket that Congdon's been waiting for. It's his first of the game. The Dons back up 5.
And the freshman gets on the board.
Underneath. Shot up, good. Left-hander by Bean DeGraffenried. So the DeGraffenried boys are digging in now. The pace and blood showing up here in the blue. Argyle misses, rebound Salem.
Argyle slow to get up, but does.
Nelson, they're going to call an offensive foul against Nelson. Said he cleared. Or did they call it against off the ball?
Wow.
Now they called it on Nelson.
And that's Nelson. That's his 4th. So he's one more and he's disqualified. That's huge.
Yeah.
For Salem as he's their leading scorer with 17.6 a game, but he's been awfully cold tonight.
Into the game for the Dons, Josh Chingus. As Hales is fouled going up. So Garrett Hales will go to the line for 2 shots.
Looking for his first bucket of the game, or points of the game.
Yeah, he's played the majority of the game. He hasn't found a ton of shots, but certainly has provided some of those Lance Wilson great assists of the game. Missed the first, and he'll get one more.
After Spanish here, you got to make a little run, get some comfort and room. As the basketball's a game of streaks and momentum swings.
Harrells hits the second. Garrett with 1 point. 36 on the clock. Up top, Morris. Left side, Webster. Ranson Webster, 2 dribbles, back to Morris. Work it back right side, 3 ball, long, rebound, a foul against Spanish Fork underneath. They're probably going to get Austin Thayer on that.
Are they calling that on Thor or Christensen?
They called it on Thayer. So that's his second.
Yeah, the only one, Braden Christensen has 3 fouls. That's the only Don in trouble. As Salem turns it over again.
Yeah, right back to the Dons.
Give the Dons credit. They haven't had nearly as many turnovers as the Skyhawks have.
Garrett Hill's running point goes underneath to Christensen. Braden, couple dribbles. Right side, Thayer. Chingus. Hard drive, shot up and in. Josh Chingus off the bench.
He rocked that cross step there that time and got the easy bucket.
Shot off, short. And the Dons unable to just pull away against this Salem Hills team. They have a 6-point edge, 38-32 as we head to the third quarter.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.